Hey all, Lindsay Soprani here. I wrote on my Facebook last night and today that I was going to come on and share my big why, and I wrote it on there because I knew that it was something that if I didn't put that up that I might not come on and share. And I promised my team here at the Tony Robbins Business Mastery that I would, and that I would start to live into my purpose. It's something that my coach, Craig Goodliff, and I have been going through for a long time and trying to figure out kind of how to do what I want to do. But being here at Business Mastery, it has made me realize that I don't know that I fully need to know the how yet. I just need to know the why, and I do know the why. And so clarity is power. And, a lot of my life has changed in the last 3 years, really, in becoming a leader in businesses and building businesses. I've been building businesses for years, for myself for, over 6 years now. And, but my life has changed a lot in the last 3 years, especially with accountability. There are a ton of people that started holding me accountable to doing bigger and better things, and, like releasing weight and really just holding myself to a different standard. If I was going to lead people, I needed to hold myself to a different standard. And so I come to things like Tony Robbins Business Mastery because I have businesses to build and lives to change. And if I can't go get more training and accountability in other places and level up, I'm never going to get there. And so that's why I go to these things. And this year marked a really important year for me to sit down with my teams and to go over why I'm doing what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm like nervous. And, at the end of the day, here's the deal. I'm going to stop crying. So I am building 2 businesses, and a lot of people for years have said, why don't you just focus on one, or why don't you just do this? And the reason behind that and why I took those steps to actually do those things is because I wanted to make more money faster. And I wanted to do that because, years ago I was raped, and I am who I am today because of that. And I am living my best life now, and I am doing bigger and better things. And my leadership skills have grown tremendously because of things that I went through. And so I do not want sympathy. I do not want people to say, I'm sorry that happened to you. That's not what this is about. Rape is a stigma out there, and there are a ton of people that don't want to talk about it, but yet 1 in every 7 people that you meet has experienced some kind of sexual abuse. And, we have TV shows that, whether we, decide that that's glorifying or not, it's basically like, hey, this is just something that happens, and we allow that. And a lot of times somebody has something like this happen, and they have PTSD, and so they do not share with people, or they have guilt. In my experience, I felt like I had put myself in a position to have that happen, and so I felt guilty for a very long time with telling anybody what had happened to me. And because of that, when I did finally come clean to a lot of people, it was kind of hard to understand, like, well, what do you mean that happened a year or 2 ago? Why didn't you tell us? Or, why aren't you a disaster right now? Why aren't you a total mess? And I think a lot of people had a really hard time believing that, this girl that you see in front of you, had that happen. Because I kind of had it all together a little bit, but if you know me, you also know that I definitely did not, right? I can put that facade up, and, but for years I worked through all of, the actual rape stuff, and I worked through, what had happened to me, and And I am a Christian, I am a believer, and I believe in my heart that God saves me. But the really cool thing is that, you know, there was a lot of pain around the non-belief that came with that. And, you know, when I came clean with people and told them what was going on, there was a lot of pain that came with the fact that some people didn't just grab me and hug me and ask how they could help me get help. There's a lot of pain around just the non-belief with that. And here's the deal, that happens a lot, and it's not something that we talk about at all. And so I'm going to, we're going to talk about it a lot, actually. And I am making money and doing the things that I'm doing because I believe that God wants me to address this. I don't fully know how yet. But my whole goal in building businesses was always make the money so that you could go start a foundation or do something big and, you know, help these people in that non-belief thing. And how can we do that? I need money. And so that's the why behind what I do and why I'm doing it. The bigger why is I had 2 little girls, Alexis and Emerson, and I refuse to ever allow anything like what happened to me to happen to them. So I want education around all of this. I want to go into schools and stop it from happening. I don't know why as a society we're not, but I want to. And so that's why I'm building businesses. And from now on, it's not going to be make money to fix the things. It's going to be fix the things and make money that's going to go towards that. And so what I'm coming on today to say, which is really hard for me, but you know, if you decide to hire Soprani Consulting to hire and train your people, we're going to put a percentage of every single dollar that we make towards helping this situation and fixing this situation that's hasn't been fixed and hasn't been helped yet. And for every home that somebody buys with the Lindsay Soprani team, we're going to put money towards, you know, helping this situation and fixing this situation. And I don't have all the how behind it totally worked out yet, but I also don't feel like I need to. And I think a lot of you guys will help me figure out the how. But I want you to know that that is what I'm passionate about. That's what I want to fix in this world. That's what I want to address, and that is my purpose. And you know, I'm not here to make a bunch of money. I'm here to fix something in the world, and I believe that God's calling me to do that, and so I'm going to. And if you're passionate about it, would you help and consider contacting me, because I would love to know who you are. And if you had people that didn't believe you or didn't hear you when you said that you had gone through this, I believe you and I hear you. We believe you and we hear you, and we will start something that fixes that in particular. And so just know that I'm giving you a giant hug from here in sunny Florida. And so yeah, I want to know who you are, and if you are passionate about fixing this in this world, then would you consider joining me in that fight? And so we are, I'm going to be building another foundation, something that's going to help do this and tackle this. And so obviously, if you have a heart for that, I'd love to know who you are and have you be a part of this. And so that is what I came on here to say today. I have a lot to learn, especially in accounting from Business Mastery. So I'm going to head back in because that's what I need to do. But please, if you have a passion about this, would you consider not being afraid to share this video on your page and to stand up for people that just need to be loved and cared about? And would you consider sharing this? Would you consider sharing the need? And I would just really, really love to partner with anybody who, again, really wants to change the world in this way. So thank you for listening. I am more thankful for you than you will ever know, and God bless.